There is a truism about successful entrepreneurs. Those who do well, share well. They start out with a lot of passion and little money. They beg, borrow, and barely scrape by to make those early Friday payrolls. And because they struggle so ferociously and nobly to achieve their dream, they feel obliged to give back in a very big and generous way. When you visit Pam Wright, MTSU alumna, at her Wright Travel headquarters in Nashville, it is readily apparent that this psychology major turned businesswoman has done very well on all accounts.
Because I was in my 20s when I identified the opportunity and had loved to travel for a long time. I find the travel industry very exciting. And I think, as most entrepreneurs do, identified a business opportunity. And the opportunity was that there was what I felt was a deficiency of kind of top-level travel companies to manage corporate travel. So as a result of that, I developed the concept of opening with really phenomenal type service, selling the high customer service level at the lowest cost possible, and as a result, developed quite a lot of business opportunities with bringing in corporate accounts and some government accounts as a result of that. And our manager
Pam launched her travel agency in 1981. She says Tennessee was and is fertile ground for planting the seeds of a new enterprise.
Good choice.
But those early beginnings were not without hurdles.
I think Tennessee, when I opened, Tennessee was very business friendly in terms of the processes and starting businesses, and I still think that's the case. Tennessee is much more business friendly in the process, so it's not extremely difficult to register new businesses and so forth. So that was not as much of a difficulty as I feel like it can be in other areas.
Wright Travel has 47 employees and has expanded into 8 states, from Baltimore to Denver, and is considered a national company.
I think quality service in a service industry is just clearly key, and it's been important as we grew through, and we're considered a national agency now, and it's been very, very important to keep that level of service. So it's one of the ways we attract new business and we continue to sell. It's that we have the capability of large national agencies. I won't name some of my large national competitors, but that we have that capability, but we still have the kind of mom and pop, customer-centric type approach to the service level that our agents extend to customers.
Melissa Edwards is another MTSU alumna who graduated in 1985 with a degree in business administration. Edwards traveled several career paths and spent 13 years in the travel business before coming to Wright Travel.
Working for Pam Wright is very awesome. I learn a lot. It's a challenge every day. I learn something new every day, and it's a very much a growth experience.
Kristen Henke, Sales and Marketing Director for Wright Travel, has been with the company for 2 years and came there immediately out of college.
What is absolutely wonderful, especially being, a college graduate, again, I graduated in December of 2008, being able to work for Pam Wright. I mean, she's the president and CEO of this company, and to be able to work so closely with her has been just a phenomenal opportunity because of the fact that I'm able to learn from someone who built a business from, the bottom up. So it's been just a phenomenal, again, opportunity to be able to work so closely with her and to be able to learn and enhance my skills as well.
So we know that Pam Wright has done well.
If they're travel agents.
She has also shared well. In 2007, Pam committed $1.25 million to establish the endowed Wright Travel Chair in Entrepreneurship in the Jennings A. Jones College of Business at
It's been an incredible
MTSU.
employee. Been here about 2.5
This
years.
allowed the university to
So,
attract Dr.
I'm
Doug
really all
Tatum,
for
a recognized expert on capital markets and entrepreneurial growth businesses, who was CEO of his own consulting firm for 17 years, growing it into the largest consulting firm in the United States.
Well, I think in substance what we're doing is we're teaching these students the concepts of how to start a business and how to grow a business formation and growth. So much of business education in the United States is built around Fortune 1000s. And the reality of the matter is most of these students are going to find themselves either working for an entrepreneur or perhaps trying in an entrepreneurial way to start a business. And they have no focused study in that area. So the chair allows the university to have somebody come in who has a specialized knowledge in that area and teach these kids about really what they might face going forward as they graduate. Well, I wouldn't be here without Pam, and I wouldn't be here without her support. And she has built a wonderful, successful company. The reputation is outstanding. One of the things, I came out of the corporate world, and when I moved to Nashville, I started using her firm, and I told her I wish I'd known about her firm back when I would have had 1,400 employees. We would have been a big customer. But she's a wonderful contributor to the university and a wonderful example, more importantly, of someone who's taken an idea in a non-high-tech industry, if you will, and built an unusual value proposition around service in a very difficult environment to do that.
Pam has been a great corporate person, if you will, in Nashville, and she has been marvelous here on the campus, not only to the College of Business, but in other places as well. And yes, the gift that she made, not only was it an extraordinary gift and the first of its kind for the college and the first of its kind for the campus, but in addition to that, it was a marker. It helped us to see what's possible, and I think it's really established a sort of leadership mark for others in the community and other graduates to see, this is what you can do if you really have a passion for the College of Business or for any college on the campus. Pam had passion. She knew what she really enjoyed. She enjoyed travel. She enjoyed being a part of that. And I think what really happened was she said, how do I find a way to make a living doing something I'm really passionate about? And I think that's a huge difference. People who start businesses primarily for the purpose of making money are usually not successful. People who start businesses for the purposes of the passion that they have for satisfying a need, the money comes as a result of really loving what you do and doing it well.
The best teacher is someone who's been in the trenches of the real world workplace.
I still love what I'm doing, and I do get asked all the time, why don't you just sell your company and relax and travel and have fun? But I'm having fun, so no, I've never wanted to reverse that or change that decision.
Throughout the year, the MTSU community is privileged to have distinguished guests come to campus to speak to students and faculty. During April, the campus and community were invited to an evening with Meghan McCain, daughter of Senator John McCain, and distinguished thinker and speaker in her own right.
It's been so fun being on my college speaking tour, and to end it here with all of you is just really sweet. I'm actually staying here an extra day just because I love the city so much, so I get a little extra added day on. I understand I'm here for LGBT Week. And
Dr. Leslie Gay, Jr., Associate Professor of Ethnomusicology at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, addressed the topic of globalization of music and in particular the influence to English language rock on Danish popular music.
Danes have sort of taken on American and other popular musics and used that music to help reshape or think about their own position in the world and their own identity.
Forensic pathologist Dr. Jan Garavaglia, or Dr. G as she is known on the Discovery Health Channel, spoke to a crowd in Murphy Center about forensic pathology, fact and fiction. Dr. J. Labov, Senior Advisor for Education and Communications at the National Academy of Science, explored the subject of teaching controversial topics in the field of science.
The purpose of what we do is both to advance science and technology in the United States, to make sure that it's robust, that it's well supported, that the government has the information that it needs to be able to make critical decisions. Should they go back to the Hubble Space Telescope to repair it, or should they do something else?
Join us in celebrating 100 years of MTSU history. Check out the Centennial Timeline at mtsu.edu/centennial.